Live in the moment. Enjoy where you're at, not just where you're going. Most people postpone happiness. If you've ever seen one of those videos where they ask those really old people what their biggest regrets in life were, one of the most common answers is that they wish they didn't postpone their happiness, that they would have taken every moment for what it was worth. We tell ourselves that we'll feel okay once we hit a certain goal, once we get to a certain point in our lives, whether that's make a certain amount of money, land a certain type of role, or become someone else. That moment rarely ever arrives. If you were to put a percentage on your life, 99% is the working towards something, and 1% is actually achieving and enjoying said thing. If we do the maths here, you're only happy 1% of the time, and usually the grass always seems greener on the other side than it actually is, and so you're not actually as happy as you thought you were gonna be, because now you just want the next thing, and it's an everlasting chase, and happiness is never involved. And so if you don't learn to enjoy the journey and you keep postponing happiness until you reach certain things, you are never happy. Your life is happening right now, not after the upgrade. The phase that matters is not just the future, but the one that's happening right now. Even if it feels temporary or uncomfortable, you just gotta learn to accept it. In retrospect, pretty much everything was never as serious as you thought it was in the moment. Enjoyment and productivity, they're not mutually exclusive. You can have both at the same time. The future, it's built from today. That's something that you have to understand. So if you can't be happy today, how can we trust that you're going to be happy when you achieve X thing? We can't. If you can't appreciate small moments in the present, bigger achievements won't suddenly fix that. And so chasing the imaginary next creates permanent dissatisfaction because you're always going to want more. It's funny because obviously it's way easier said than done. I can stand here and say this, but it's not an easy thing to do. It's actually very, very difficult. When you constantly want the next thing, at what point is it enough? So you really just got to learn to accept where you're at. You have a finite amount of time on planet Earth, so you have to enjoy every moment. The people that are most present are the ones who are most happy, the most fulfilled. So if you can learn this skill, as hard as it may be, your life will improve by so much. Growth doesn't require self-rejection, so wanting to do better doesn't mean hating where you currently stand. You can improve without treating the present like it's some sort of worthless measurement. The present is not worthless. It's actually everything, because you only ever truly live in the present. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Kung Fu Panda, but I'm sure a lot of you have heard this quote from Master Oogway. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Such a beautiful quote. This version of you, the version of you right now, the one in real time that is watching and listening to me say these words, deserves respect. And you're not respecting it when you only focus on your future self, which then when you hit that future self, you're concerned about the next future self. And then you never ever end up respecting yourself, you know? The tired you, the broke you, the depressed you, they're all carrying you forwards. I feel like presence is the real success. Being able to sit inside your own life without rushing past it. That's rare and that's powerful. One day you will miss this chapter. Trust me. That is one of the hardest lessons for a lot of people. Even the hard versions of yourself in the past. You'll look back and think, yeah, it wasn't all that good, but it built me into the person I became today. For me personally, I hated high school so much you actually wouldn't believe it. Primary school was incredible, but high school was not. It was the point in life where I had the most anxiety, where I compared the most, where everything was a race, where my heart was constantly racing, and I was trying not to throw up across the entire day. But this is actually going to sound crazy, what I say next. When I was 16, that is when I left high school, and guess what happened next? I missed it. Yep. I missed it. It sounds crazy, but I never truly appreciated what I had while I was there. Looking back, I actually had a lot of fun trolling and messing around with a lot of different people that I got to hang out with each day. And not only that, I am the most extroverted person you will ever come across. I promise you that. And bro, as an extrovert, it's amazing to have so many people around you that you can interact with. Every day it's different. But right now, I don't have that. But back then, I did. And I'm not dissing my current self. My current situation is great, don't get me wrong. And so look at what I'm doing right now. I'm finding good things in a past that I hated so much. And so what I should be doing is finding the good things while I'm there, not after. Or you'll always be looking backwards or forwards. never in the right direction, which is right in front of you. The rearview mirror is bigger for a reason. You're supposed to glance at the past, not stare at it. Anyways, when you have this outlook on life, when you view everything as something that's shaping you into the person you're meant to become, everything starts to make sense and it becomes bearable, quite bearable. You're gonna miss the quiet parts. You're gonna miss the loud parts. You're gonna miss pretty much everything because eventually everything becomes nostalgic. And nostalgia is a memory minus pain. Once you start taking life for what it is in real time, you will find a sense of being and fulfillment that elsewise cannot be found. Chasing next creates permanent dissatisfaction. There is always going to be another milestone. There is always going to be another version of you. There's always going to be something that's going to need to be fixed. But you'll never arrive if you keep moving the finish line. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Tell yourself that you love the present. Start being kinder to yourself. I can't wait to see how your life transforms after you come to terms with how awesome you are.